Evening, Pompadour.
Good evening.
Do you quickly want to introduce yourself, guys?
Yeah, I'm Tamsin. I'm the lead singer and bassist.
I'm Toby, I play the drums.
My name's Kenny, I play guitar.
So, take us back to the beginning, guys. So, you're emerging through the Bristol scene at the moment, but how did it all begin for you?
Well, we all met at college, DBS Music, here in Bristol, and just formed a band that way, and then decided, wow, this doesn't sound terrible, let's really go for it. And we just played more and more around the local scene and further, and just given it a good go.
And you, as I say, you're getting sort of a name for yourselves across the local scene, but in general, the Bristol music scene at the moment, certainly in the last 10, 20 years, seems to be the healthiest that I've ever known it. Do you put that down to things like the dedicated music colleges that you guys have come through, or what's behind the resurgence, do you think?
I would say that there's a lot of people that want to like support the new music scenes. There's loads of more like promotion companies and event companies, and there's more gigs for like for newer bands,
so emerging talent.
Yeah, which is obviously good for us.
So in terms of you guys and your actual own influences, I've spoken to Tamsin through Instagram, and it seems like you've got quite a varied, wide scope of musical tastes. Do you all bring your own individual styles to the mix, or have you got kind of a set idea of how you want Pompadour to sound?
I don't know. I think we all know what the rough image is, but we all bring together like our own music tastes and whatnot, and how we play. So yeah.
You're more of a hair rock kind of man, aren't you?
I'm an old man at heart. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a bit of 80s hair rock. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
What about you two guys? What's your sort of genres of choice?
I don't really know. I'm really into indie now, but that's only since we started an indie rock band.
Oh, right, yeah, funny how that works.
So before that, like, I hadn't really heard a Beatles song.
No!
I couldn't really name an Arctic Monkeys song. So now it's kind of that stuff. But before, listened to a lot of classical music, learnt a lot of classical songs, and listened to a lot of bad music.
Do you get to bring that classical influence in any way, shape or form into Pompadour? Does that touch the stuff that you guys are doing?
Yeah, a little bit. Like in the solos and stuff, there are some of the things that you can do that I think are classed as like neoclassical techniques, but other than that, not really, no.
Okay.
I think that because I grew up as a ballet dancer from a very young age, so I was dancing around lots of classical music as well, and I think that can kind of influence like certain like weird notes or weird chords that we use. I think that definitely adds to it, and then as said before, like the hair rock side, and it all meets as this like pretty hairy crazy
all goes
monster.
Into the melting pot, and here we are with Pompadour.
Yeah.
It's not about recipe. So we need to talk about something called Cut to the Chase. So debut EP. In terms of you guys and the release of that, which I think was November that it came out, the reaction must be, for your debut EP, the reaction must be overwhelming, isn't it? You must be so happy with the reaction.
Yeah, I think we're very proud of it. We worked really hard on it, from the music to the cover artwork to the launch gig, like everything we worked really hard on, and we just tried our best. And I think the way that people have embraced it and said so many good things about it, I think we're just really, really humbled by that.
It has been quite impressive, because we literally locked ourselves in rehearsal rooms maybe 2 weeks before we went to record it. Veronica was done the day before we went into the studio. Like, none of us knew the song. Tamsin wrote it the day before, and somehow the EP came out like that.
Did you know that you had something special on your hands? Because certainly with the amount of polish behind it, I've known bands that have been going for 5-10 years that are releasing stuff not to the quality of what this EP is. It's just the production quality, the sound quality. It is polished. Were you holding back? Were you like, no, we need to get this absolutely perfect. And was that frustrating if you did?
I wouldn't say so. Like, we wanted it to be really good. We had 2 releases before, 2 singles, and there were bits where you'd listen back to it after a month and you'd be like, oh, we should have really thought about that a bit more. But really, it just came in working with a really good producer as well.
Yeah. So who was it? Who produced it for you?
He's someone we know called Tom Corey, and like he's taken our songs and what we do, and he's kind of just really polished it, added a few ideas, made us think in different ways about certain things we do, and he's just really helped bring it all together.
Yeah. It certainly doesn't come across like a debut EP. It sounds like you guys have been doing this for a long time, which is obviously testament to your own skills. And I think with that in mind, it's probably why it's been picked up nationwide by, I think, BBC Introducing, BBC Six Music, Planet Rock. You guys are getting a push from This Feeling as well. That must be kind of mind-blowing for you guys for your debut.
Yeah, it's very nice to see people that love it just as much as we do, because we knew bringing it out that it wasn't going to be heard by the entire world, but the people that would hear it would cherish it, and we feel just very grateful to have the support that we do from the people that we do, and we didn't expect it, and it's a great surprise.
I think with expectation obviously comes pressure. Is that something that you guys are feeling now, maybe for the follow-up, but maybe for a first album? Is there that kind of, oh, okay, we've really come out the gate strong, we're going to need to keep this momentum going?
Yes. Every single gig we do, I always think to myself, has to be on point. If it's not, then I get ruined by these two anyway. But still, it's still like keeping up the expectations of the people that actually watch you. Loads of people think that we put on a good show. I don't know whether we do or not, but it'd be bad.
Are you quite hard on yourselves then, in terms of, are you quite critical of your own performances?
Extremely, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably
like
a good thing. Yeah. Who's the harshest?
Kearney is. Kearney loves to whip into us, really.
Keeps you motivated, keeps the momentum strong. That's all good.
Exactly. You could say that.
And what would you say?
Smacking him in the face.
So since sort of November, so what we know, we're 3-4 months down the line. What's been the most enjoyable moment that you guys have had over the last sort of 3 months since the EP's been released?
Probably being played on Radio 6.
That's been a highlight, yeah. It's a fairly big highlight.
I phoned Toby when because I'm in charge of the Twitter, so I saw the notification, and so I phoned up Toby and I had it on, and I told him, and he was drunk at a party. He was, oh my god, no way, for about 10 minutes over and over and over again, and so I think that was very exciting. But what would you say?
The EP launch show that we did on the 30th at the Mother's Ruin again, that was a really big one. Like, we sold 70 tickets, and that was like a big deal for us. Like, it just went well. Which is
that must have been rammed in the Mother's Ruin with 70 tickets.
No, it was quite interesting. But other than that, like a bit like Toby said with Six Music, whatever it was called. Also, like stuff like Planet Rock, just seeing the amount of people from different genres who are interested in listening to our music, because to us it's just, plain old indie rock, but like if you've got rock listeners and indie listeners and normal people listening to it, it's quite impressive. I think
there's a lot of things to take away from what you guys are doing. It does cross genres. There's no ifs or buts about it. And what would you say is what's been the trickiest part of the last 3 months? What's been the thing that's not gone so well? Any downsides? Has it all been fairly
You'll
positive?
You'll probably think of a downside. What?
Well,
I'm painting a picture here.
I would say the downside is, we've got a 30-minute explosive set, and
is that the downside?
Rehearsing for 6 hours a week, a 30-minute set soon wears out on you. You've been to lectures, you've had a day's work, and then you play those songs over and over again to get them right. And that's probably the only negative.
So the rehearsing side of making things absolutely A1.
Making it pinpoint, it takes a lot of time and pressure.
Now, we're meeting you guys for the first time this evening. It will not be the last time that our paths cross, because we're going to be covering Broadstone Festival up in the Wye Valley at the start of June, and I believe you guys are on the bill for that as well. How did that come about?
surprisingly, they asked us.
Okay,
yeah.
Invited in.
Yeah, invited in. That was really
so you know
nice.
your music spread to at least up into the Welsh valleys and things like that.
No, that was really nice actually. That was first proper festival we've done. We did Harbour Festival on like a smaller stage a few years ago, but we had to ask to do that. They asked us to do this one, and I think that's like a nice moment because that way you know someone's actually respected your music enough to think, oh, maybe we should put them on. They might bring people.
And any other festivals or anything else that people need to be aware of that you guys are going to be popping up in? That you can tell us at the moment?
That's the one. But we do have a very busy 2020 planned. We will be going on tour and hopefully some more festivals. We've had some good news recently, so hopefully the good news continues throughout 2020 and beyond.
So in which case people need to stay tuned and keep up with what the news is going to be. Where can they do that?
100%. They can do that on all our socials. So Pompadour on Facebook, we come up, you'll see us because of the hair. We're the only Pompadour with hair like this on it. Pompadour Band on Twitter and Pompadour the Band on Instagram. You can find us there.
Excellent. We always round off with a couple of quick fires. So sometimes we ask the bandmates about each other, but we're going to go directly to you. So really snappy and quick, honest answers on this one. So first one to Tamsin, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Kearney, do aliens exist?
Yes.
Toby, do ghosts exist?
Yes.
Okay, Tamsin again. Time travel, would you go to the past or to the future?
To the future, because the past we already know about.
True. That we've been around for anyway. Kearney, would you sooner be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early?
20 minutes early.
20 minutes
we
early?
showed up an hour early today actually. The pub wasn't even open, so
dedication.
Yeah, no, it really upset the other members.
Last one to Toby. Would you sooner be able to read people's minds or talk to animals?
I'd love to talk to animals. For instance, we were recording the other day, and there was this dog, and I just thought, is it happy with its life? Like, because for a dog, it's just sat there, bored out of his mind, but doesn't want to do something more.
This is a really deep end to the interview that I hadn't sort of seen coming. This is we've gone philosophical now.
Because we feed them, so they don't have to get their own food, but like, surely they must be bored out.
I know some people like that as well, though, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
So, guys, have a superb show tonight. Looking forward to it. Really going to look forward to seeing you guys again festival season as well. And thank you for talking to us.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.